Hi, I'm Rosie Hardy. This is Rosie Hardy Gardening. We're trialling some new content. We would like to reach out to the beginner or the less experienced gardeners. And from this point of view, we are going to do some basic tutorials and hope that you enjoy them. We're starting with a two-part video, which is about how to buy the plant material and then what to do with it once you have got it. We do understand that a lot of our existing viewers are experienced gardeners, but there's never a problem with going over the basics again. We really do want comments as to whether this type of video is going to be helpful for people. And if you have inexperienced gardeners who you're trying to encourage, then please do point them in the direction of this series. As a beginner and buying your first lot of plants, there are two basic ways of getting them. One is getting them through the post, and the other is going to a garden centre or nursery and buying fully grown plants. If you're getting them through the post, understand that those wonderful colourful pictures show you mature plants and what they are going to look like within 2 to 3 years. You will be buying mail order small little plants like this, which you are then going to have to pot on into another container. That we will cover in the next video. So these are small little plants with roots on them. They are 4 centimeters across, and that's not very big. What is better for you as a beginner is to go and get some more mature plant material from your local plant centre, and they can be something like this in a 9 centimeter pot with flower on it. That's absolutely no problem whatsoever, because at least you know what they're going to look like. And then they will have roots coming down like this, perfectly fine. Or you'll get something that's slightly more mature, as in this beauty here, and when you take this out of the container, you can see it's got lots of lovely roots all growing really nicely. So what are you looking for? You're looking for the plant to be healthy, you are looking for it to be full within the pot that it is growing in, and then you will be able to take it back to your garden and put it in the garden. Or if you're wanting to grow in containers, you then pot up into another container when the plant is ready. And that we will cover in the next video that we have. When you're in the garden centre, please be aware, if the pots are really light and they look dry, so i.e. the top is really, what's the way of putting it? It looks as though it's dusty on the top. If they're like that, then they are not keeping them well watered, and that can be detrimental to the plant. If the plants look as though they're flopping over the side and the pot is really heavy, then they've been over watered. Please don't just go to the ones that are the cheapest, because if they're on the cheap alley, they need a lot of TLC. Go for what you like. Go for the colour you like. Go for the size of plant you like. That is fine. But be sure to ask when you are at the nursery or the garden centre, is this plant going to survive and be perennial, or is this plant an annual? Now, annual means it lives for 1 year and dies. Perennial means it will live for 3 to 4 years, and then you start doing other gardening with it, such as splitting or moving it around. So those are key things to remember to ask about the plants. And always look at the labels and double check whether they should go in sun or shade. Don't buy too many plants at one time. Start off with maybe 4 or 5, go home, because otherwise if you buy a whole trolley load, and yes, you may be able to afford to buy a whole trolley load, you get home and you're going, what am I going to do with them all? How do I look after them? And you will just overface yourself. Keep it really simple. Buy a few plants at a time, get them into the garden, get them into your containers and enjoy them, and then realise which ones you find work best for you. To summarise, check if they are overwatered, that means they are heavy, or underwatered, that means they are light. Don't buy from the cheap section, the clearance, because those plants need a lot of TLC. Buy what you like. That's always a good thing. Check whether they are annual plants or perennial plants, and then see what position they want, sun or shade. Thank you very much for watching the video. This has been about how to buy the plants and then get them home. The next video will be about potting them up or planting them out in the garden. Please do subscribe to the channel.